height. Wow, I look fat. That's awesome.
That notification that I just heard is the
Is
class
me?
being posted.
Nice.
And I'm gonna turn it off right now.
All right. Hi, Donna. Hi, Johnny. Hello, everybody that is here.
I was gonna say, geez.
I have a couple people here, you guys, too, so. Howdy. Howdy, him says. Can you guys hear me okay? Well, you guys can.
Yes. Love and clear.
Just go ahead and fix these pants and the undershirt. Maybe that'll make it a little better. Hello, Becca. Oh. Can you guys hear me on the video? That's all I'm waiting for.
Johnny,
Confirmation
respond.
of that. Oh, yep. Hey, Karen. Hey, Johnny says, indeed. Indubitably. All right. I am going to check comments on here, but I'm going to put it down so I'm not like, eh. Yeah, Johnny, I am channeling my inner avatar. Because when I made my avatar on Facebook, she's got pigtails, because I usually always wear pigtails a lot. And I put cat ears on her, because I have like 15 pairs of cat ears. So I'm channeling her today. Yeah, I brought snacks to munch on, and then realized it's going to be real hard to munch on snacks with this.
So you left him at home?
No, so they're right here.
Okay, good. Oh, they're your snacks.
Yeah, my
You
snacks.
meant for-
No, you don't get snacks. I'm not cool like that.
Oh, you brought green puffs.
I did.
Those were good.
All right, you guys. So today's class is good, bad, and neutral magic, okay? So let's start off with what everybody thinks is the definition of good magic.
White
And-
magic,
White? Okay.
cleansing, healing, things like that. Helpful.
What'd you say?
Helpful. Helpful. Shit that don't hurt people.
Yes.
Ooh, cleansing.
Okay. Anything else?
Non-harmful.
Okay. What do you guys think bad magic is?
Harmful.
All right. I want snacks. Hi, Cece. Okay. Harmful. What else?
Been against an individual.
Yes, against someone.
Sans consent.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else to go under that?
To be cliched, black.
All right. What do you guys think is neutral magic?
Honestly, cleansing would be something I'd probably put into neutral.
Okay.
Because it's not necessarily bringing in the good, but it's getting rid of.
Okay. Anything else? How about this?
Great. Yes.
Great. Anything else?
I'm trying. I'm here though.
Like lower, or are you grounding yourself, or?
No, I'm,
Oh.
it's bad circulation. I'm
Karmic
having really bad
magic.
circulation.
All right, Cece, where would you put karmic magic? Good, bad, or neutral?
Yes. Yes. Karen says.
Protective? Where would you put protective? Karen, good, bad, or neutral?
Depends on consent.
All right, so the whole point of this class is to tell you what they are, right? And how to utilize every one of them correctly or in a safe way, right? So all of these things that you think you know about them, get rid of it.
I was just gonna say.
Those are all, every single one of those is what I call a cliche, okay? They are what people think, however, that isn't always how it is, right? So if you go, there are several different definitions for light magic, which is good magic, white magic, whatever you want to call it. It's typically used for selfless purposes, okay? That is the definition we're going with. Selfless purposes. So it is not used for your own gain, right? It's also usually thought of as feminine because a lot of the goddesses come in with light magic or white magic or good magic, okay? Dark magic or black magic is for selfish advancement, okay? It is masculine. And then neutral is not for your self-benefit or any kind of hostility. It's fluid, okay? Those are the definitions we're going to be working off of. Neutral, good? Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with light or good or white or whatever you want to call it. Okay, everything can, in my personal opinion, can be used for good, bad, and neutral. So the class was going to be called the good, the bad, and the ugly, because that's where I find neutral at, is the ugly, because it's kind of that gray area, right? But we decided not to do that. Hi, Doug. You could probably hear me without being on here. Anyway, so for light or white, typically you will find the labels of practitioners of this. The labels will be healers, shamans, wise men, wise women, things like that. Okay, those are all good connotations. It's generally practiced through healings, blessings, charms, prayers, good vibes, you know. It's also known as natural magic. So a lot of people say that they get their magic through genes. It's passed down, it's hereditary, right? Okay, so another name for that is the right hand path. Okay, I throw that out there because if you're going to go home and Google, what is good magic? What is white magic? Western esotericism, when that kind of came about, that whole way of thinking, they called it the right hand path. So they say that your right hand is your good, okay? Your bippity boppity boo hand. So I always say, you know, the light is like that fairy godmother in Cinderella, right? All she wanted was to make things better for her goddaughter, right? For Cinderella. A lot of the things kind of messed up in certain ways, but that's what she wanted to do. She was doing it to help others, okay? And then we have the dark, or the black, or the bad, or the whatever, evil, whatever people want to call it, which is, like I said, for selfish advancement. This is typically thought of as vindictive, destructive, harmful, okay? This is typically done with things like bindings or puppets, voodoo dolls, things like that. It's what most people think of. Get all that out of your mind. But anyway, because all of those can be utilized a different way as well. Okay, for neutral magic, like I said, it's not for a self-benefit or hostility, and it's the middle path. So right hand, left hand, middle. For your right hand path, back to the good, oh no, sorry. For your neutral, these are kind of a mix of the good and the bad. So they're, you know, blessings, spells, different things like that. For your right-hand path, they say that it is a three-pronged approach. It is your mind, your body, and your spirit, okay? And they typically have some kind of a code. Karma, the threefold law, things like that, okay? For your left-hand path, they tend to do the taboo, right? They're thought of as almost like anarchists, and they reject the status quo. So, in my opinion, once again, I can only do my opinion because everybody's different, right? I personally don't feel that anyone is just light, just dark, or just neutral, okay? I feel like at different times in your life, you will take on those different roles, okay? There are different hats that you put on for different things, okay? For light magic, they say, you know, nature magic, herbs, tinctures, things like that generally fall under it. And for dark, there's a lot of the tantric things, sex, and curses. Curses are a big one. Hello, Hiram. All right, so next we're going to, is everybody comfortable with those? With what I've given as the definitions? Mm-hmm. You haven't written a word. Fire.
I'm terrible at taking notes.
All right, so I'm going to put a couple of things on here, okay? I'm going to put good, neutral, bad, bad, and we're going to fix good because that's terrible. Why is it huge? Why is it like 5 times as big as everything else?
Because it's gooder.
Because it's gooder. Please don't say that again. Okay, so I'm going to name off some things, and I want to see where you guys would normally put them. Okay? So, a pentagram.
Wouldn't that be neutral?
Okay? You think neutral?
Actually, it's on how you use it, so.
Anyone else have a guess on pentagram?
All.
Yeah, I was gonna say good myself, but.
How about a pentacle? Did you not know they were 2 different things? Because they are. One's pointed up, one's pointed down. They would have different meanings. So, normally, people would say pentagram bad, pentacle good, right? I like that it's that you put this one in neutral for the simple fact that it can be bad or good, or neither. Some people might just like it, right? Hi, Brandy. That's already up higher. I can't keep bending down like that.
There you go.
Is that gonna hold it? Ooh, bam! I'm a thinker, you guys. Woohoo! Okay, how about the tree of knowledge?
Again, neutral,
It's
'cause
neutral,
knowledge
because
isn't
knowledge
always
is
great.
everything.
All.
Tree of neutral? Oh my gosh.
I just thought you were dropping the K. It was
No,
like, oh, ow.
I almost put tree of
Ow.
neutral. How about the tree of life?
Neutral.
Wow.
Right, we're all kind of.
Okay, how about necromancy? Bad. Bad.
Creepy.
Something I'll never touch.
Okay. How about, dang it, Brandy, you're too advanced. What's coming up? Hey,
Hi,
what's up?
where's my keyboard?
You at the house?
Oh, we're at the house.
In your chair?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
How about curses?
Bad.
Bye. Hiram, what is good? Necromancy? or cursive. This has such a lag, you guys. He
Yes.
said it's good, but I don't know which one.
Yeah, work with us guys with your comments, put what you're
Yeah,
saying
tell me what
is-
you're, yep. How about puppets?
Puppets neutral?
All,
Neutral.
All of it neutral.
all of the above.
Can they go, yeah, can they go in more than one spot, or does
Absolutely.
neutral cover it? I mean, does neutral cover it, or do they have to be good, bad, or? neutral?
Right, I'm trying to get you to put one or the other, or one of them,
Okay.
okay? How about voodoo dolls?
What's the difference between that and a puppet?
I'll tell you in a minute.
I don't know how that's around.
This is just what you know of them.
I call voodoo dolls a puppet.
They are two different things.
Well, then that's on you.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you do with a puppet?
I use it for me personally and my good.
Okay, what would you do with a voodoo doll?
My use for me, personal good.
What do most people think of when they think of voodoo dolls?
Hollywood.
Bad Hollywood, that's what
Yeah,
Hollywood
exactly.
does. Hollywood makes a bad and wicked thing.
Bastardizes everything.
Yes.
Puppets are neutral. Tree of life. Oh, Hiram says tree of life is neutral, or is good.
I actually put that in too.
Okay. Divination.
All.
Neutral.
All of it?
It depends on the practitioner.
Divination.
And what you're looking for out
There we go.
How about that?
Yep.
there. Oh, there, look.
Pentagram, you said all of them, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot pentacle. I forgot to write that.
Then again, to me, pentagram and pentacle, I know one's like, you got the circle around it, up, down, I don't care, it's the
Pentacle.
same thing.
So both.
So, yeah, both of them, it's how you use it, if you want to portray one
Voodoo
as
dolls
being.
can be used for healing.
Mhm. You can put a corset on one.
Okay. Curses.
Generally bad.
They're bad. We put them up
They're
there.
on there
Yeah, we put
already.
those already.
You really don't like curses.
Screw all the curses. Bindings.
Bad.
Usually bad.
I guess you could probably twist that into a good way, but
Don't suck your stuff.
that would be difficult.
How about moon magic? Yep.
Good.
Good to neutral.
That's what I always do with it.
Love spells.
I don't want anybody putting a love spell on me.
Again, intent.
If you put self at the beginning, good. If else, bad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
I like consent.
Yeah.
How's that? Two more. Candle magic. Bad. What if you bind a rapist? I'm getting there. Oh, I'm getting there, Karen. Okay. Candle magic.
All
Neutral.
of it. D.
Yes. Not A, B, or C. D.
And a Ouija board.
Moved up.
depends on
Yeah.
the person, doesn't it?
Depends on who comes through.
Yes.
I heard a collective. Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So-
because we took your class and we're afraid of
So I
them.
automatically put it
Right?
there for you guys. Okay. Yep, Hiram. Symbols, talismans, amulets, things like that.
Yes.
Yes, again, D.
I'm just gonna put amulets because writing all of them is a lot, okay?
Yeah.
Candle, good.
Yes.
I usually use them for good, but when this burns out, so does your life? Cool.
All right, you guys. So those are just some of the things that people have kind of definite definitions on, yes.
Blood.
Oh, blood magic. Okay, I don't have that on there, but yeah, blood magic, good, bad, ugly. I mean, neutral.
It can be used in all areas
I
again.
feel bad. I feel like it's a bad thing.
Okay. So this is where it would normally be, you guys. This is hard to categorize for me because I view good and bad as subjective as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
So-
other pieces from you, hair, fingernails.
Bodily stuff, how's that?
Yeah,
Bodily stuffs.
because I really don't want to list the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
All right, so this is where we get into two things that I really, really, really like. Intention and consent.
Oh, yay.
Okay, here's my little thing on consent. If you do not have, if you are doing something on behalf of someone else or for someone else, my foot got stuck. I looked like I was drunk there for a minute. I don't drink, so that's really weird. Anyway, if you do not have their permission, you do not have their consent. Okay? In my personal opinion, that automatically makes it go over here. Okay? It doesn't matter if you are trying to do a healing spell for them, if you have not put that out to them or the universe and gotten an answer back, it is not your place to do it. Period. Okay? That is not really even something I will debate on because if you don't have that consent, you do not have the right. Plain and simple. Okay? Yeah?
People will say, I will pray for you,
Okay?
or I will put you, do something Christian-like religious for you.
Uh-huh.
And if I say no, then I don't want them to do it.
Yeah, that's you not giving them consent.
Yeah, I'll say,
Yeah,
no, I
same
don't
thing.
want you to pray for me.
If they have done that, if they continue doing that, they are violating what your will is.
Yeah,
Right?
I want my own will to happen naturally, not
Right.
somebody else's.
Right. Right. So I get a lot of people like, thoughts and prayers. No thanks. That's like, if it's, I'll never turn down someone's goodness of intent, which is the next part.
Hi, Jen.
But if it is something that I have not explicitly said that you can do, don't.
Yeah. I want to volunteer. I want to say, will you pray for me?
Right, right.
I think a lot of times too,
Boldly
people
stuff it is.
do that based on their religion. Like I tell people love and light, it's basically the same thing that I'm gonna
Right.
keep them in my thoughts and send positive thoughts their
Right, but
way.
if they then responded back to you with, yeah, no thanks,
Right,
you wouldn't do it again, right?
right, definitely.
Because that is them not giving you consent,
Right, exactly.
right? You need the consent. Absolutely need consent. In my personal opinion, okay? Consent is what really can put these in a category. Next is intention. Doug, I do not think you would need permission from everyone in the world to do a global healing. Okay, you are well, in my belief system, the earth, nature, whatnot is alive, right? You put that out in the universe, which is another way of asking for consent. If the universe does not want that,
It ain't gonna-
you'll know. Plain and simple. The universe will tell you yes or no. So, no, I don't think you need permission from individual people to do a global healing,
Right.
right?
As long as
Yeah.
the ground feels good to you,
Right.
give it back.
Can you do a healing for a comatose person?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It'd be the same thing, though. You're asking universe, higher self for
Right.
consent.
So, someone may not be able to verbally give you consent, right? But if the universe, if they don't want that, the universe is going to tell you to shove off.
Mhm.
And you'll know. You really will. Let's see. What else? Okay. That's it. Okay. So that leads into intention. Okay. Any of these things that people think are bad, or these ones, that have the arrows, can be good.
Mhm.
Any of the neutral ones can be good or bad. It is how you're intending it, okay? I like the definition of good is something that is selfless. Bad is something that is for self-gain or to the detriment of others. Because if you're dabbling in black magic, it is to the detriment of something. You may not see that, that may not be, the detriment may not be able to be seen or felt right then, right that minute, but somewhere, something is happening that is to the detriment, okay?
All right, my turn. You said it's for self-gain. What about a prosperity spell?
Okay, is the prosperity spell a detriment? That's the second part, you have to have the
Yeah.
detriment part.
Right, are you asking for all the riches in the world, or are you asking for enough to cover the electric bill?
Or are you asking for, oh, that person's a millionaire, I want to take some of his wealth?
Correct.
Is that to
Grandma's
the
getting old,
detriment?
it's her time.
Huh?
Grandma's getting old, it's her time.
Oh, goodness.
Well, anyway, don't listen to Jesse. On this, at least. So, it's your intent, okay? If you are intending to be helpful, if you are intending to do something for others, if you are intending to help your station in life but not hurt others, okay, that's where the differences lie, okay? I can use blood magic without it being a detriment to someone else. I'm not gonna go sacrifice someone or something, right? If I'm gonna do blood magic, where's that blood gonna come from? Yourself, okay? Right, unless you're like, you know, slitting your wrist, then that is a detriment, but, you know, if you're doing blood magic, you don't need that much. Just saying. Don't need to empty a vein.
I would just prick my finger and squeeze.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Correct.
Okay, a Ouija board. Some of you guys took my Ouija class, my spirit board class, right?
It depends on who's working the board.
Yep,
Like,
And
I
what
would go to
you're
your
doing and
Ouija
where you
party,
are.
because I trust you.
right. It depends on where you are, who you're with, what you're trying to do. Okay, I'm not gonna try to call in some big bad spirit to like take over something or inhabit someone or something like that, right?
Not doing it in the graveyard in the middle of the night, yada, yada.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Today is a very shit day in my life. Not like today specifically, but this date, okay? I've already pulled out my spirit board once today. I'll probably pull it out 10 more times throughout the day. But it isn't gonna fall over here. It's sure gonna fall over here for what I'm using it for.
Mm.
Can a curse be used neutrally? I'll come to that one. Hi, Paige. Cece's just asking all the questions before I get there.
Yeah.
So's Karen and Doug.
Cece always does that.
Yep.
So does Karen.
Okay, so in my opinion, what Jesse said on love spells, okay? Love spells can be good, bad, or ugly. If you are trying to take away someone's free will, a specific person you're trying to take their free will to make them love you, that definitely falls in the bad, dark category, right? You're taking away their will. You are not having their consent, okay? If you are trying to love yourself a little bit more, if you are trying to work on a harmonious environment, right? Then that would bring that straight over here, right? Does anyone disagree with that? Okay, bindings. Most people say bindings are always bad, right? However, as Karen pointed out, what if you are binding a rapist from continuing to rape someone? A pedophile, a murderer. What if you're binding them? Would that then be good?
Yes.
Or would that still be bad?
No, because you are doing it for the good of more than one person.
You are doing it selflessly.
Yes.
For those instances, I know I just said all about consent, right? In instances such as those, I would still say it would be fine. Or it would fall in the ugly category. Maybe not the good, but definitely not the bad.
And here's the thing, if you put it out there and it don't work,
Exactly. If it doesn't work, that means the universe is telling you, sorry, like,
Yeah.
it's not the time, not the place. So you're still getting a consent of sorts, right? These suck, you guys.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm like 100 pounds heavier and smoke 10 packs a day and running upstairs. Like, I have to say 10 packs because I am a smoker and I am fat. So I had to add weight and maybe age, like I'm 90. Would a binding violate the rule of free will?
Would a what? Would a binding violate free will?
Yep, that's the question. Would a binding violate the rule of free will? Well, yes, no. Okay. Not everybody subscribes to the rule of free will. Okay. But that doesn't make that person bad necessarily. If they don't subscribe to that, it maybe would put them in like the neutral category, which I call the ugly. I think I've said that already. So, yes, because you would be taking away their free will, binding them from doing something, but ultimately you're binding them from doing something that is more harmful. And so in that case, I would say it's fine. I hope that makes sense.
So you prescribe to free will then?
I do, very much so. I feel like everyone has free will and should have free will, and we shouldn't take away that free will. Did anything I say make it sound like I didn't?
I'm just clear.
Okay. It might stop you from raping people, but is that a problem? No, Karen, that is perfect. If, maybe that's what you're into. Maybe you shouldn't be into that, and maybe you need something like a binding to make you not into that anymore.
If you're smart enough to realize you have a problem with that, you shouldn't need to bind yourself anyway.
Well,
But
that's a whole different discussion on
Right.
mental illness and issues here, not so much issues with the bippity-boppity boo, okay?
What about karmic law?
Okay, well, let me finish with this list, because karmic law is literally like the third to last thing that I talk about.
Fine.
I don't know my watch on. How are we doing?
3:35,
Okay. All right.
7, whatever.
Okay, voodoo dolls. Okay, voodoo dolls and puppets are different, since apparently Jesse thinks they're the same thing. Voodoo dolls are specifically for use on someone else, or with someone else, or doing something for someone else, right? Okay? It does not always mean that they are specifically to cause pain, hinder, bind, curse, hurt. Okay? Someone else. Maybe you made a voodoo doll of someone else for someone else with their permission, and maybe you're a masseuse or an acupuncturist or whatever. They have some kind of chronic thing going on. You're able to help them from a distance, right?
Remotely.
Right?
It's like a remote control.
Right. So, consent. If you have their consent and they have asked you to do this, or you have said, I can help you, but since I can't be there all the time, this is how I would help you, right? Then that would make it good, because they've asked you to help them. If you're using a voodoo doll because you want someone that has hurt you to feel pain, that is firmly in the bad category, right? Okay. Oh, are you just gonna ding when it's, okay. Hold on. Okay. Whereas puppets are generally always thought of as good. Though a puppet very easily could be turned into a voodoo doll. So there's kind of that fine line right there. A puppet is generally to help you with betterment, right? So like I have a puppet of me that is slowly slimming down, that is slowly becoming healthier, and that's to help better myself, right? If said puppet was of my husband and I'm taking the inches off of him, without him knowing, it's a voodoo doll. Okay? So puppets are self, voodoo dolls are others. I heard. That thing keeps trying to pick my nose out. I once made a puppet of a friend to get elected to the city council, but he lost anyway. You may not have had his consent. You may have put it in the universe and they're like, sorry, this is not what's in the cards. Because there's this thing, you know, there's free will, there's fate and kismet, right? Everybody knows what all those are? Yep. So those are actually two different thought processes. Free will is you make your own way. Fate or kismet is your way is predestined. However, you know, some things can change along the way, right? So maybe he subscribes to fate, and therefore the universe said this is his fate, he's not meant to. Or maybe it wasn't the right time. Those are all things that could happen. Curses, okay? Me personally, because I don't really like the good, bad, ugly, right? I'm more like what feels right, what's right with the universe, intention, consent, all that. I can't, for my personal things, put curses in a category because I don't like categories. However, I have never really found a good use for curses, anything that could be considered a good use, right? Because curses, by their nature, are at the detriment of others. Even, you know, cursing a rapist or murderer or a pedophile, whatever. The thing with curses is it puts smut out there. Whether you think you have a soul or a heavenly entity or whatever, that smut then transfers. That's the nature of curses. That's what curses are. It is a trade for a trade. So you are trading a part of your goodness. We'll just go with goodness, so I don't have to say soul or whatnot. You are trading a piece of that or darkening a piece of that with any curse. So if I subscribe to the good, the bad, the ugly, and giving them an actual name, they would always fall in bad. In my opinion and my workings. Necromancy. Does everyone know what necromancy is?
You're raising the dead.
Yeah, that's true.
It's yucky.
Okay, but full necromancy would be raising the dead into an animated state. So not just their spirit, which you could get through a Ouija board or any kind of, you know, a medium, things like that, but their actual physical being. Okay, once again, I would say always bad. I don't have wiggle room on that one. Because it's kind of a curse, it's the whole smut transfer thing.
Yeah.
One of them that didn't get put on here, but is on my list, is demonology. Good, bad, ugly.
Bad.
Bad?
It all sounds bad,
But it's the study of them, so that's not necessarily a bad thing.
yeah,
That's
right.
probably a good
If you
thing.
study-
The more you know about them, the better chance you have of not calling them accidentally.
Okay.
or-
If you study demonology for the knowledge so that
Same
you can
thing.
avoid it, then yes, do it. But don't study it to do it, to be bad. Read about it so you know.
Okay, so real quick, in your belief system, your mind, your thoughts, what is a demon?
Something evil that should be avoided.
Okay,
Same.
same.
Yeah.
Okay, I enjoy reading about demons and learning about demons for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
To stay away from the bad ones.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? From the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Not all demons are out to haunt you or kill you or others or things like that. Un momento, por favor. You guys, one second. In a lot of thoughts, like in Satanism, okay? Satanism is not like we're going to sacrifice all the virgins and the goats, okay? Satanism is more of these people were good and then they did a bad thing and now they are considered bad, but they're not always bad, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So, in demonology, they talk a lot about the good demons, okay? Would I ever be like, hey, Mr. Demon, come see me? No. Good, bad, I don't care. No. But I'm just saying, don't judge a book by a cover. Just because it's called a demon doesn't always mean it's necessarily 100% bad. Go to questions.
I keep thinking of the TV show Charmed.
That's what most people do, and I hate that analogy. I hate it, you guys.
I don't know where else to go.
If you're gonna go TV show, go like the Dresden Files or
What about Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
yeah, Willow was kind of okay, but what'd you say?
I was saying maybe even Supernatural. My son's big into that.
So Supernatural actually has a lot of good information in it.
Yeah.
Some of the people that work with them are actually practicing pagans. So they try to keep things as much pagan-y and not cliche-y as they can, if that makes sense. I hate Charmed though. Like fun for entertainment value, but
Right.
don't get your pagan information from it. Plain and simple.
Right.
Okay. How does necromancy compare to calling your ancestors? Well, I feel like necromancy is the reanimation of someone that is deceased or something that is deceased, because animals, things like that, right? Whereas calling your ancestors is calling their spirits, not trying to reanimate their corpse. Right? Jesse's thinking, hold on.
I'm not sure.
Doug, are you talking about calling your ancestors by reanimating the corpse? Because that's the big difference.
Or calling on your
Calling on them to help, I think that falls under spirits.
mediumship.
As long as you're not trying to reanimate something or someone's corpse, I think you're good and out of the necromancy area. Okay? What if you feel someone has gotten away with bad stuff? Would you call on the universe to punish that person? Absolutely, Karen. In America,
Read her question again, please.
she said, what if you feel someone has gotten away with bad stuff? Would you call on the universe to punish that person? And I would.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner. A lot of people hear something that someone has done, but maybe that person has been falsely accused. Okay? But if we just hear the first part and don't dig in and hear the rest of it, we don't know. It's human nature to judge, right? But just because you judge doesn't mean you get to execute whatever that punishment is. Period. Until someone until the evidence is actually shown, and you can make that, I don't know, you can come back with that verdict, okay? That they are absolutely guilty. Doing something like a cursing, a binding, like whatnot, makes you judge, jury, and executioner, and that's not fair. And once again, the universe will tell you, no. Okay. Cece, are you saying a demon is a spirit that is known to have malicious intent? If so, that's only half of the definition. Maybe they were, you believe in angels, okay? Here's my analogy. You believe in angels. Angels are good, right? Right? What about those angels that are literally their only job is to kill, maim, hurt, things like that? That would make them bad, right? But they can't be because they're angels, right? So, same thing with demons. Same thing. Once again, though, Not gonna call on a demon. Good or not. I'm also not gonna call on an angel though. So, like, equal opportunity right there. Like, I don't care if you're good, but you do bad things. I still don't want you. I don't care if you're bad, but you do good things. I still don't want you, right? So, that's just my thing. It's interesting to consider the alternate origin theory stories of many of these villains in religious cultures. Very true. Lilith is known to be a demon. I don't see her that way though, through my own studies. Thank you, Cece. Okay, so Lilith. Everybody know who Lilith is?
Yes.
Christian wise or like,
Isn't she Jewish?
well,
Isn't Lilith the Jewish thing?
yeah, but that's Christianity
Adam's
still.
first wife, right?
Okay.
Wasn't she
Adam's first wife.
Adam's first
If you're going
yeah.
Christianity, Adam's first wife, she was apparently absolutely terrible, so he killed her. I don't know. I don't know what actually happened to her in the Bible.
First of
Oh, because she's not in the Bible, you guys.
Yeah.
She is brought up a little bit in different places, but not really like, yeah. Anyway, in paganism, Lilith was, you know, the wife of, who knows? Sorry. I was wondering if she had said it. But she's thought to be bad. She steals babies and all kinds of good things like that. If you read more into her, she doesn't just go steal babies. Like, maybe she'll steal a baby from a crack mom that this baby's going to die. You know? She is thought to be a demon. She's thought to be bad. There are good aspects of her. Everybody has the good and the bad aspects in them. I have never met anyone that is 100% good. Like, personally met someone that is 100% good. Sometimes I believe it is necessary when they could harm many, okay? But that challenges the definition of malicious, I suppose, in reply to angels that would be assigned to kill. What about demons that are assigned to heal? What about that? Cece? Hi, Jen. I want to see you here or say something. Nope. Okay. Doug never answered back about necromancy. Did he?
No, but he likes to just stir the pot and stuff away. Stir the pot and stuff away.
Hey, I got a spoon you can lick.
You both need to lick that spoon, I'm just saying.
I did stir something up.
Ding.
Okay. Also challenges the concept of good and evil or malicious, etc. Which is why I asked if I could do this class. Because I want those cliches, taboos, those things challenged. Because you miss out on a lot of life if you're just like, I can only do these because everybody else thinks they're good. You know, I'm in this little box, I have this tunnel. You miss out on a lot of amazing things in life. And there are experiences and knowledge and things like that that I feel like everyone should have. Like reading or learning about demons, which is still not up there because I didn't write it, does not make you bad. It makes you a scholar, and it makes you want to learn more, right? Just like I'll never use a love spell on myself or others.
Cece just keeps hitting the love and the like button.
Oh, I'll never use a love spell on myself or others. Not because I think they're like 100% bad, but because I feel like I can make my own way with that and branch my own path and not follow that box. Okay, we're going to go over to good real quick, just so we don't run out of time. Tree of life. Do you know the difference between tree of life and tree of knowledge? One has 10 limbs, one has 11. Tree of knowledge is, the only time it's really mentioned is in the left-hand half, because that 11th branch is what makes it the tree of knowledge instead of the tree of life. Tree of life is mostly Wicca. So there's that. Knowledge can be good or bad. Honestly, there are some things that you're better off not learning. I don't feel that way. Like for me personally, I want to learn everything. Whether I should or not, I want to. Sometimes to my detriment, right?
A couple of times.
But, so for me, I will always continue seeking knowledge, good or bad, whatnot. For some people, they cannot handle that, and therefore, they should probably not do it. What? Tree of Life Wicca? Hi, Jorge. Or, Hi, Lynn. Anyway, so Tree of Life, right there, is thought to be more of a Wicca symbol, right? The roots go into the earth, sky above. You guys know what the Tree of Life is.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Knowledge and wisdom. Yes, Karen. Okay, difference. Knowledge and wisdom are two different things. So, knowledge is the learning of, wisdom is the retaining of. Ish. No. Let's try that again. Ignore that. Scratch it. Knowledge is learning things. Wisdom is knowing them, feeling them, using them. Yeah. Putting into practice. How's that?
Yeah, knowledge not used is useless.
Yep. Okay. Voodoo dolls. We already went over. Moon magic. So if I'm out frolicking naked in the forest, right, doing some moon magic that calls for me to slaughter a baby deer,
Yeah.
it's probably not going to be good anymore, right?
Right.
I would slaughter a roasted chicken.
Roasted chicken.
Uh-huh.
I would too. I'm really hungry, you guys. That's not funny.
If
But-
you then use the entire deer,
Are you going to use the entire deer though? If you're just sacrificing it?
it depends. I'm asking if your intention is to then use the rest of it.
So generally a sacrifice is not
I know.
used.
I know.
So if you're just sacrificing it, okay.
It
But
depends on what culture you're in,
that's true. If you're a Native American
or a lot of the voodoo cultures.
or a lot of the voodoo hoodoo.
Yeah. They sacrifice and then use the whole dang thing.
Wisdom is knowing whether or not to apply your knowledge. Thank you. I like that. Cece, I love moon magic too, and I'm not going to slaughter anything. That's not true. But nothing like living. Anyway, you use moon magic for phase inspiration. Okay, so in Wicca, for the most part, the moon is like the highest power, right? It is feminine. You have the 3 moon phases. You have, which correlate to your maiden, mother, and crone, which comes back to your, feminine everything. Moon is huge in Wicca, right? I lean more toward a druid path. I still use a lot of moon stuff. The moon is powerful. For me, it's the most powerful, recharger. It's just amazing, okay? However, like I said, there are things that you can do that make it bad. Okay. We already went love spells. Candle magic. I love candle magic, you guys. But just like anything else, can be good or bad. I like candle magic for prosperity spells. I like to put them in my crystal grids. I like to use them if I have something come up, to do an employment spell or a self-help something, as long as it's not to the detriment of others, we should be good. Okay. Huh?
I'll ding.
Okay.
It's 4, so you're still fine.
Okay, so pentagram and pentacle, you guys, I think we kind of already went over this, but I want to actually go over it. I'm not going to draw it because I can't draw a star to save my life. Okay, I'll try to draw.
It's like you challenged yourself.
Right. And my life has been saved. Did you see that?
I just can't do them upside down.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I know,
I'd
I'm
never
like-
get the other one, but hey.
I'll be like
I
this,
could hold your feet, but you'll be really
that,
short.
and then poo.
That's the same.
That's the same. Same. Okay, so, you guys, this is not cool. Okay, here.
Wanna try?
And
No?
here. And here. And that's a weird, that's not a star anymore.
I love it.
I don't know what I mean. That's not, Tree of Life, Rabbi Rashi predating Wicca by about 1,000 years.
Wow.
Which, Jorge, I don't read anything by Rabbi Rashi.
Yay!
What? How did you do that first try, you guys?
You missed my really screwed up line,
So
so.
I don't know about that, Jorge, so I can't speak to that, unfortunately. I'm sorry, I wish I could. If you have any awesome books or anything to read on that, let me know because I'll read it. And you're over here, not over there, so. All right, pentacle, pentagram. This brings in your elements, right? And then it brings in your fifth, which is spirit, all together. They work all together as one, okay? This is pointing down, which is hell. Thank you. It is used a lot by Satanists. The symbol itself is not inherently bad. The connotations that come along with it are. Okay? So when people tell me, oh, I want that pentagram, or oh, I love your pentagram, or whatever, and it's clearly a pentacle, it's kind of like, hey, well, I know that you're Probably just a New Ager. Let's not talk. Lauria by about 500. Is that a book? Is that a... Give me a book or a website or something like that because I will learn more about it. So I can speak to it. In traditional British Wicca, an inverted pentagram represents second degree. Americans avoid it. Correct. Karen, about 6 years ago, I taught a class and did a paper on the difference between British and American Wicca, or European Wicca and American Wicca, and that was one of the things I brought up.
Now I wanna know.
I probably might still have it on my, because I actually typed it up, so I'm pretty sure I might still have it on my computer.
I would love a copy,
If I do, if I have it, I will totally send it to you guys.
please, that would be great.
I know I have a hard copy of it somewhere. Okay, where are we at? Pentagram, habits, divination, pinnacle, candle. Okay, divination, right? A lot of people think that divination makes you like, oh, you're a tarot reader, you're a sorcerer. It scares a lot of people, right? But you guys know what tarot is, right? It's just helping you to see your path a little bit more, I guess you could say.
It's like a flashlight, you just shine it.
Right. And tarot does not shy away from the good, the bad, and the ugly. It gives you all of it. It's like, no, you need to have the entire picture, not just a little sliver.
Ding.
Whereas oracle cards or angel cards, we're only going to give you the good. I would like a copy as well, Hope. Okay, Donna, if I can find it, I am making no promises, okay? But I know I still have that computer, that laptop from that time, and it still works. So
Hey, that's half the battle.
I'm pretty positive I still have it. Anyway, so while people think that certain forms of divination are bad, are evil, should not be touched, I don't think so. I think that it helps you to broaden your horizons, right? A Ouija board or a spirit board is a form of divination, just like palm reading, pendulums, runes, tarot, scrying, all of those. If you are fire scrying to find a demon, then maybe that's not where you should be, right?
Yeah.
If you are fire scrying to find clarity, oh, okay, you're not hurting anyone, there's no smut, right? I really like that analogy of smut. I'd never heard it before, and then I read about 10 years ago a whole series of books, fantasy books, and that's where I got The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly as well, because that was a Clint Eastwood show, right?
Yes.
And then the books are all a play on a Clint Eastwood movie, the names of them, so it's The Good, the Bad, and the Undead. Anyway, very
That's
good.
awesome.
It's by Kim Harrison. Y'all should read them. There's 13 of them. And then it goes into smut on there. And then after I read that the first time, I had to kind of look into it more because that's how my mind works, right? And it clicked, like it made sense, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So I do feel like if you're someone that describes to good, bad, ugly, or neutral, gray, whatever, I do feel like divination, depending on its use, can go into any of those. So, amulets, same. I personally would not use an amulet to beguile others or whatever, you know. If you don't like me as I am, then I don't want you in my life type thing, you know. Or if you can't handle this, you know, type thing. Which it is a lot to handle. But, you know, I'm not going to go full Ursula and take your voice into my amulet so that I can become Vanessa so I can steal your prince, right? Please tell me other people have that, or know what I
Oh,
just
yes,
said.
I did. Followed
Yes.
So,
specifically.
right, but if, say, you're in a lot of pain, say you have MS, right? And you're in a lot of pain constantly. Maybe if you make yourselves a healing amulet to help heal you, or, you know, these bracelets, they can be kind of an amulet, right? They're for different things. Like this is my labradorite. It's to help calm my anxiety and my panic attacks. It's an all-purpose healer, but whatever. You know, that's a form of an amulet. Not hurting anyone else and not hurting yourself. In fact, it's beneficial. So, as long as you're not doing, you know, stuff to hurt others or trick others or anything like that, con others, amulets are just fine. Bodily stuffs, unless someone has something for amulets. Any questions? Bodily stuffs. There is a whole path of magic, you guys, which are 100% female or female identifying, okay, that literally use their moon blood,
Oh, yes.
okay? If you don't know what your moon blood is, your moon time is your period, your menstruation cycle. They save this and they use it. Am I going to do that? No. No. Does that mean it's bad? No. It means it is their path. That is what they believe in, what they're using it for. I don't know what they use it for. I did not. I love knowledge. That is a path I did not delve into very much. I'm sorry.
A lot of creation.
What?
A lot of creation type magic.
Yeah, yep.
Because that's creation.
Yeah. But there are like fertility spells, okay, that can use menstruation blood or men's bodily fluids, usually both together. If you're infertile and you're trying to do a fertility spell, like, what better than the two items that are really, really, really needed to
Get together.
to get that baby, you know? Nah.
Right?
That's awesome. But your spit, what about your spit? Like, your spit has your DNA. It's got all kinds of different things. Your hair. One of my godmoms is Native American, okay? And she taught me at a very, very young age not to let my hair get places, not to leave my hair places. If I brush my hair, I need to take the hair out of the brush, right? Because your hair can be used for spells against you or for things against you, right? Including stuffing a puppet or a voodoo doll. It can be used for a lot of other things. Whenever I get my hair cut, it comes home with me. So it doesn't matter if I'm trimming off this much of it. It's going to be caught and it's going to come home with me because I don't want anyone else to have power over me. Also, the DNA in bodily fluids provides a connection to the subject. Exactly. So with your hair, sometimes, you know, there's something like a locator spell. You're trying to locate something lost or someone lost. Their hair, their spit, their toothbrush, that's all something that connects with that person. And so they can all be used for or against you, right? So for me, I do not do things for the most part with any kind of bodily anything, unless it needs to be like a really, really potent something. I leave that to others, but I don't think it's not good or bad, it's what it is. It's how you use it. So it's all about intent.
I put my hair in my pocket.
You put your hair in your pocket? Because it's a pocket for you, right?
For good, also. 'Cause
Right.
I don't wish me harm.
Just like, so, some of you guys took my pendulum class, right? Okay. No,
I had to work or something that day.
fired. But in my pendulum class, we learn how to do like a long distance healing, right?
Yep.
And what do I tell you? I tell you that you have to put it out into the universe to get permission to heal that person, right? If you don't have that permission, the pendulum isn't gonna swing how it should, right? That's one of the big caveats that I put in there. So just like with that, everything that you do magic-wise needs that intent, needs that consent, and the universe has to be okay with it, right? So, what questions do you have?
According to you, how do I round up all the hair that I shed
I was gonna say, and it
randomly
is-
all over the
It's
world?
really hard. So, and it's impossible to not leave your DNA somewhere, including hair. So hair is a big thing, at least in
Ding.
her tribe, right? It's a big thing to like enslave your soul. Is one of the big things, and so that was always our thing. We actually made dream catchers out of our hair
Wow.
when I was like 8.
I
So
would do that.
right.
Wow.
My dog found and chewed on my self-healing puppet.
Oh,
I don't think that's a good sign, Jamie.
How did you feel the next day?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did your back hurt? Hi, Steve.
Karma claw.
Oh, karma claw. So everybody knows what karma claw is?
Explain it, please.
Okay. Anything that you put out into the world, good or bad, comes back to you,
The
right?
law of attraction.
Huh?
Isn't that the law of attraction?
It's under the law of attraction if that's your belief system. So some call it the threefold law, some call it the law of attraction, some call it karmic law. There's probably 90 other names for it. So yes, but for karmic law specifically, law of attraction is more like I put out into the universe that this is what I want, and the more I do that, the more it comes, right? Not any better, that's for sure, I bet. I read about some pagans casting spells on the president. Would that be good, bad, or other? Depends on the spell.
Yeah.
It depends on the spell. I have personally done something. Not bad though. Like I didn't like, I'm gonna put a spell on you because I want you to die. You know, nothing like that. But it was a karma spell. It was, I want what you put out to come back to you. So, and whether it does or not, whether I did something to influence that or not, I don't know. I don't know if the universe has blocked me or will block me on it. I don't know. But in my opinion, you know, I'm going with some more karma stuff right there. But so the law of attraction, that's usually how it's spoken about is, you know, you're manifesting. I want this, whatever, you know. And if it's right for you, the universe will be like, sure. That's what I feel is the law of attraction. The threefold law is whatever you put out, good or bad, comes back to you times 3. Okay? That's literally the entirety of it. And then karmic law is the same thing. Whatever you put out, good or bad, is going to come back to you.
Action-wise.
Action-wise, yeah.
Intentions are nice, but they don't count.
Right. So it's your actions. So, and I don't think that it has a times 3 or a times 10 or a times 50, you know. But in karmic law also, if you believe in things like reincarnation, right? Karmic law follows you. So,
Yeah.
so I could get out of this one without having any kind of ill side effects from my karmic law, but, hey, 5 times down the road, hey, oh, I remember when I did that, 9,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, still the same.
So what about karmic law with those bindings?
Well,
To me, that means that you just should not bind somebody from something you're not okay with it coming back to you.
right. But,
Don't rape again. I'm fine.
ooh, that's like a curvy right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like if I'm gonna bind someone to make them stop raping, but I am not myself a rapist, I'm okay with that karma coming back and being like, you can't rape anyone. Cool.
Wasn't
Sounds
that
good.
way?
I'm good to go on that, So, yeah, I like how she said it, you can't bind someone in karmic law, don't bind someone from doing something that you're okay not ever doing. Like, I wouldn't bind my mom to keep her from smoking, because I'm a smoker. It'd probably be a good thing if I did,
Maybe you
but that was probably a terrible analogy or a terrible example, but,
funny as shit.
like if I'm not, you can no longer have hot chocolate. I'm gonna bind you from having any hot chocolate. I would die.
Yeah,
You'd be
right?
so sad.
Like, I would more than likely die.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
not chocolate forever.
There's that. Yes, so,
What about doing an impotence spell on rapists?
Well, all right.
I'm assuming to make them impotent, not to help them not be impotent, right?
To
Yes,
help
yes.
them
Okay.
be impotent so they cannot do the deed.
That's not gonna matter, because they can use other instruments.
It's true.
Right.
It's true. In fact, that's one of the, legal-wise, one of the big hangups with doing the chemical castration, is because a rapist doesn't have to have a working item
To ruin your life. Yeah.
to ruin your life. It's true. Because there are other things they can and will and do use.
Right, okay.
So, I would go big picture on something like that, if I were to do that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like you're impotent, it would be like you can never rape again, I would,
Ding.
in any way, shape, manner, or form. Impotence would not matter, they do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a lag, so she's like 30 seconds behind us, she's gonna hear all about that in just a second.
Ding.
Wouldn't it be more effective to bind them from harming others?
Yes.
30 seconds behind. She's gonna hear all about that. Yes, it's about power, I agree. So, any other questions? Do you know how long I've been thinking about this class and like trying to flesh it out in my mind? Like,
A month.
how do I, about a month. That's cheating.
Isn't that about the time you decided to do the class?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, well, it's something I've been thinking about for a long time because there are a lot of people, you guys have probably been upstairs, and underneath where we play our music is a big wooden pallet thing, and it's got the spirit board letters and numbers on it, right? But it's also got like the palm for the palmistry, it's got the all-seeing eye, it's different forms of divination on it, right? I have had so many people come in, oh, that's evil, oh, that's bad, oh, that's black, oh, that's dark. And it's all about the cliches that people think they know and the taboos that are placed on certain things. And so I wanted to, for quite a while, try to break those down, which is why I taught a spirit board class, which is why I teach runes and palm reading and, as much of the other things as I can that people aren't always comfortable with. Because for me, I am happy to talk about, teach, yell about, preach, whatever, any subject that I am knowledgeable on, even if it makes other people uncomfortable. So that's why I really, really wanted to do this. So when Jesse was like, what class do you want to do? I'm like, can I do this class? And surprisingly, she said yes.
Well, it's such a big topic that everybody is always dancing around or touching on.
Yeah,
We have so many people every week come in, how do I bind my ex-boyfriend?
right.
You don't, leave him alone.
Right. And when I have customers that ask things like that, I'm like, I can't help you with that. Like, I'll point them in directions, you know, like, I could probably find something on the web, there's books, I know there's books, you know, but I'm not gonna sit here and be a willing participant in something that might possibly hurt someone else,
Right.
because I feel like I'm gonna get some secondhand smut off of that.
Or slut. you
Or
know.
slut, yeah. But anyway, so that's why I really wanted to do this class and why I do most of the weird classes that I do, is because I like to break down those taboos and those cliches.
And you know him a lot better than I do.
And I know I'm a lot better than she does. For a lot of reasons though. I also have like 3 times the amount of experience as a pagan as you do, right? Like, so, yeah, you've got what, 7
We
years?
would hope you
It's
had
just
more
a
knowledge.
You've got 7 and I have 24, you know? So 4 times as many.
Yeah.
You said 6, 24, 4 times as many. So, like, it's normal that you wouldn't know all of that. Just like, you know, someone that's been practicing for 60 years, I'm not gonna know as much as they do because I don't have all of that life experience. But also, an advantage that I had is I started on my pagan path when I was a little child. I never really fit with the other stuff. And I got my first tarot deck when I was 11, you know. I saw my first spirit, ghost, whatever you want to call it, when I was 8. Like, so I've been able to have that life experience, and because I was so young, I didn't know any better of compartmentalizing or blocking myself off from this or that or whatnot. So I just wanted to learn everything. And so I think that that's kind of an advantage. Anyway, scrying is really hard for me. Which scrying, Brandy? Oh? Or fire, or water, or sand, or
Mirror.
cloud, mirror, smoke, eyeball? Soul gazing. It's my favorite to teach people. Better to ask someone who knows more to understand the why we don't do. Yep, people don't get that. I agree. So if you ever notice that there's a weird class or a taboo class or something like that on there, it's probably going to be me teaching it. Yes, oh, I'm sorry, Brandy, but just know, not all forms of divination are for everyone.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. While I have dabbled and enjoy all forms of divination, there are some that I don't feel like I'm up to snuff on, and therefore wouldn't do it for anyone else besides myself.
Which?
Tea leaf reading.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, tea leaf reading is not one I'm good at.
No. Stan is really good at it.
Yeah. I've done it, I can do it, but a tea leaf reading that should take 10 minutes would probably take me 2 hours. Like, maybe not, maybe that's a huge exaggeration, but, you know, it takes a lot longer. So it's just not something that I do for others. Hello, Miss Marlena. Okay, any other questions? Are you all thoroughly confused? I'm like, more confused than you were when you got here.
See, I knew Hollywood corrupted a lot of this for the sake of shocking
Right.
the audience.
Which, oh yeah, I wanted to thank you. Because you said something about Hollywood earlier, but like I say in my spirit board classes, Hollywood does not have it 100% correct. Plain and simple. Just like the Warrens and their occult items, right? You know who they are, who the
Yeah.
Warrens are? Well, they're both dead now, but they have Annabelle the doll, right?
Yeah.
Hollywood has blown that up into so much more than it actually is. A lot of these, a love spell, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna bippity boppity boo, light a candle, put some herbs there, and automatically in the next 10 seconds, the love of your life is gonna walk in. That's not how it works.
Liam Hemsworth.
Which one is that?
Oh.
That's the Miley Cyrus one. I would go with no. That's probably an STD waiting to
That's
happen.
true.
Let's not do that one. She licked a hammer, all right?
Yuck.
And not even seductively. She just like full on. Anyway, so Hollywood, don't believe everything you see in the media or in, you know, the movies, the TV shows, things like that. And if you watch a show and you hear something and it resonates with you, do your own research outside of said show, because they're not 100% incorrect, but I would not just trust everything that's on there. And if something resonates with you, you know that that's something that you should learn more about, right? It is, you've heard the saying, it's well with my soul. That's how when something comes into my life, I'll know if it's right for me, even just right for me to learn more about. That's why I don't say I'm a pagan or a druid or a Buddhist or a Taoist or anything like that. I'm a or I don't say I'm a Wiccan, sorry, I'm a pagan because my belief system comes from a lot of things under that pagan umbrella, plain and simple. So, hello, Kelly Olenberg. What are you laughing at? This? You laughing at this? I'm laughing at this. It got better for a second, and now it's just like.
You're fine.
Okay, I'm going to delete this
Okay.
with this. Okay. Any questions from online? Any questions from in the room? Anything? No?
No. No. I think we covered them all.
Okay, here we go. Books and websites. Please stay off of Wikipedia. If you've ever taken one of my classes or listened to one of them online, you know I always give books and our websites. Please stay off of Wikipedia. It is the worst. And if you Google right-hand path or left-hand path or whatever, and it takes you to Wikipedia, you are going to think that you're going to hell or whatever version you believe in of that. Okay. So I really like Witchbox, but it's no longer around, so don't write it down. Which I was told about last time I taught, and that I had to go look at it, and it made me super
I've
sad.
never heard of Witchbox. Oh.
Yeah, it was an amazing thing. It had links to all kinds of amazing pagan articles, and it had different groups in different areas, different stores, all kinds of amazing stuff.
I heard about it shortly before you did and went to see it, and it was gone
Yeah.
too. I was just like, oh, sad.
Okay, so, oh, it's because I said licking the hammer. So the first one, here in my pocket.
Okay. I love Pantheon.
I think it's org.
I have no idea now that you said it.
Org. It's one of them. It's either .org or .com. So this is what did I do? Oh, this is a really great website to learn about different paths and different beliefs of those different paths, as well as different gods and goddesses. We love you too. So I adore this, and they have amazing links. If you find out that if you took Jesse's class on pantheons and you found out these Greek ones terrify me, we're not going to go there, but Egyptian's awesome, and it resonates with me. You can go here, and you can find out more Egyptian stuff, and then you can click on different links to go to different pages to learn more about it. So that's why I really, really like this. Almost as good as Witchbox. Not as good. Just like. If you are specifically Wicca-minded, this book, Living Wicca, C is eating that A, I'm just saying. But can't read your board. Oh, dang it. This says Living Wicca, and it is by Scott Cunningham.
Scott Cunningham.
Okay. So if you are specifically interested in Wicca,
Pantheon.org. CC verified.
bam! I was wrong. I shouldn't ever second guess myself. Anyway, not to be confused with Parthenon.org, because that is a one as well. Make sure you spell it right. Or you're just going to learn a lot about Greek, Rome things.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a great book if you're specifically looking Wicca, okay? Hold on a second. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where's my library? Right there. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys.
Now I can't see the screen.
Sorry. That's not it. Sorry, you guys. Well, that was my disagree on it. Anything by Desmond Wild. He teaches a lot of magic and spells, candle magic, different things like that. And he goes over goods and bads. And then, you jerk, stop it. There's one called Wicca by Malin Natis Matstotler. If you want to go a little bit darker, it's called Wicca, but it's, I don't know if you know, Natis backwards is Satan, and it is where it's got a pentacle on the cover. It's red and black, and it has like Baphomet on there as well. Which, if you want to learn more about the darker stuff, cool beans. Like it's not anything bad. Like it really kind of goes into what Satanism is all about and kind of breaks down those cliches as well. And then witchcraft.
You can kind of see it.
And that is by is the blue better or worse?
Better.
Better. Bigger.
Better?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
we're just gonna go.
And it's by Sophie Cornish. Okay.
Do you have a limited amount of time before my arms get tired?
That's okay. That's all I'm giving up right now. If you do want more, message me, message the page.
Oh, we
Let
got
me
all
know
of this.
because I have a lot depending on if you want certain subjects or certain things. But these are overall books. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay,
Bye. I never know what I have in class. Bye. See ya.